Hello and welcome to this healing session. As we're entering into this Lion's Gate portal, it's the perfect time to work with the heart chakra, as we can anchor in love frequencies with the massive influx of light and energy at this time. The heart chakra is the great balancer of the chakra system and the bridge between heaven and earth. This session will support you to download love frequencies into the crystalline structure of your body. It will also support you to let go of any defensive patterns and to come into healthier relationships. This is the 4th session in my free chakra activation series, so please do subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive the full series. During this healing session, I will invite you to hold over areas of the body to help bring oxygenated blood and awareness to the area of focus. So I invite you to get into a comfortable position, either sitting, reclining, or lying down. And we'll just start by taking 3 nice deep breaths into the belly. You might wish to just place one hand on your heart, the other hand on your belly. Placing a hand on the heart just helps us to feel safe, secure, relaxed. And then just really taking our focus and our awareness into the out-breath. And with every out-breath, releasing, relaxing, letting go of any tension, any emotion, anything that's ready to shift in this now moment. Really giving yourself permission to get the most out of the session today. So as I'm tuning into this group, what's coming up is we're going to start by working with the energy of a crystal. And the crystal that's coming up is rose quartz, which is very representational of love. And it may be that some of you have a rose quartz to hand, a special rose quartz. And if you'd like to, you're welcome to pause the recording and go and get the rose quartz. And then just place the rose quartz over your heart for the remainder of the session. Or else you might want to do that next time you listen to this. So as we tune into the energy of the rose quartz, what's coming up is to really allow this energy, the frequencies from the rose quartz, to really permeate our whole body mind. So what we're going to invite is the download from the rose quartz into the body. And what else is coming up is this connection with oneness, this knowing that we are part of the greater universe, that we're never alone, that we're always supported by the universe. So by connecting into this rose quartz energy, the crystalline structure, it's going to support us to feel that love frequency within our own body mind, but then also how that permeates into the web, the connection with all that is in the universe, through that connection with our heart center. So it's really that connection with who we really are, and how from that place we can connect with all that is. So we're going to be working really strongly with the heart center, with this connection with the rose quartz, with oneness, and really start to bring the heart chakra into balance. And we're going to do this by working with being present, and really focusing on that vibration, that frequency of the rose quartz connecting into the heart, and really being present with that. And it's going to support the heart chakra to come into better balance. The heart chakra really is the bridge between heaven and earth. So it's going to support us to feel that connection, that groundedness with Mother Earth, but also connect into the heavens. So we've previously worked with the base 3 chakras, the lower chakras, which are much more bodily. And as we work with the heart chakra, we start to enter the upper chakras, which are much more spiritual, connected with the divine. So that is the first part of the balancing this evening. I'm just going to start the balancing. So I invite you to just take some nice deep breaths, really connecting in with that rose quartz energy, allowing the love frequencies to download into the body mind, to integrate into the crystalline structures of the body via the heart chakra. And then from that connection with our heart, we're going to connect into the greater universe, but from that place of love, from that place of coming from our hearts, from that place of compassion. So being present in the heart and connecting out to all that is. That connection with nature, with others, with the divine, really feeling that we're never alone, that we're always supported by the universe. So that part of the balancing is complete. And the next thing that's coming up for me is the thymus, which is an endocrine gland that's very strongly associated with the heart and the heart chakra. It's also associated with the immune function. So, it's very much about what do we let in, what don't we let in, which is very much the consciousness of the immune system. It needs to know what's friend and what's not friend, what is self and what is not self, because it doesn't want to be attacking self. It needs to attack that which is not self, that which is threatening in some way to the body mind. So what we're working with here in the level of the thymus is defensiveness is coming up. So, a certain amount of defensiveness is helpful, but this can go out of balance. If we've had difficult experiences in our life, then we can tend to shut down. And, the idea is that we're only really not meant to let in that which is not nurturing and nourishing for us. So we're going to also work with the discernment of the thymus to establish that which is toxic for us or pathogen, and that which is loving based or helping us to grow and be nurtured. So we're working with that on the level of the thymus, and this connects into a belief, and the belief that's coming up is it is not safe to be loved. And there's an energy of kind of withholding an aspect of ourselves because of this belief. So this belief may have formed in childhood, perhaps, or as a teenager, earlier in life, when perhaps we had an experience that made us feel that it was not safe to be loved. But this is not serving us, this belief. It's coming up because it's not serving us. And on some level, anyone that's listening to this is ready to let this go. Some of you may not really relate to this at all, and it might maybe for some more than others, or we might be working on a really subtle level, because we all have defense patterns, where we don't feel safe, where we don't feel able to open up. And it may be that it is helpful to defend ourselves and have that discernment, if something's toxic, but love, it is always, there's always that ability to receive love. So it's working with that discernment of is this love, and if it is love, to really allow ourselves to receive this. And we're actually going to work with this elementally. And the element that's coming up is the fire element, which is all about growth. So the feeling I'm getting is moving out of some really old, deep patterns around defensiveness and shutting the heart down and withholding a lot of ourselves about ourselves because we don't feel safe. So that's the whole picture. So I invite you to hold over the thymus, which is just around the collarbone, just below the collarbone area. And you can also I'm just being guided to invite you to tap over that area. It stimulates the immune function. It helps to wake up the thymus gland. And we're just really taking some nice deep breaths and balancing that defensiveness in the thymus by balancing discernment, knowing when it's safe to open up and when we really need to have our guards up. So some very nice deep breaths as best as we can, letting go of the belief it's not safe to be loved. This is not who you are. This is not serving you, and you can let this go now, so that we can really start to grow and expand the heart's energy field outward into the universe. So this part of the balancing is complete. Just take a couple of more nice deep breaths, really breathing out any residues, maybe breathing out through the mouth, anything that's left of the belief it's not safe to be loved, really breathing it out and letting it go as best as you can. So the next thing that is coming up is the heart chakra again. So you can just place your hand over the heart. If you've got the rose quartz crystal, you can hold that still over the heart, as it's really supporting the healing of the session today. And what is coming up for the heart chakra is afraid of touch. So again, some of you might experience this more than others. This can be physical touch, but it can also be being touched, emotionally, allowing people in. So we're going to work with this both in the heart chakra, but also with the sense of touch. Sometimes we can hold filters in our senses that are to do with our life experience. So if we've had a bad experience around touch, this can then filter the way we perceive touch. And everything we experience to do with touch comes through those filters. So it's coming up that on some level, some filters are ready to be let go of today. So this is what we're working with. So just placing the hands, both hands over the heart. Really balancing that heart chakra around touch, so that we can really start to open it up in a different way this time. Opening up to that receiving touch on whatever level it is. So that part is complete. So as I'm tuning in, the next thing that's coming up is we're working with some memories around freedom. So for each of you, it might be different. And the memories are to do with either, times when we felt too much freedom, or the other way around. Recently with lockdowns, etc., I'm sure all of us felt constrained. So it's memories that are still active in our system around freedom. So memories that still have an emotional charge for us. So this is we're going to help filter this out via the blood. The blood's going to help purify any of these charged memories out of the system. And the blood is very connected with the heart, obviously, and the heart chakra. So by working with the purification of the blood, this in turn is going to help to activate and bring the heart chakra into better balance. We then needed to work with this on the level of the brain. So we're working with it via the blood, which is really representing the heart, but the relationship between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain, the left hemisphere representing more the masculine, the right hemisphere representing more the feminine. And we needed to bring in the aspects into balance of being free and being contained, and really balancing this in the brain. For each of us, it will be slightly different. Some people will feel better with more containment, some people with more freedom. So it's really bringing that balance which is right for each individual. So it's almost like a continuum that we're working with to really establish a healthier balance around freedom and containment. We're then linking this into the circulatory system, which again is part of the whole heart connection, and linking into sensuality, which really connects in with what we were working with earlier around the sense of touch, because the sense of touch is not just about being touched, but it's also how we feel in our body, that sensuality, that really enjoying being in our body. And this really links into the heart's energy field, that enjoyment of our body, being present in our body and enjoying that. So that's the whole picture. So again, I think placing the hand over the heart will be the best support to really support the purification of the blood and the circulatory system with sensuality. And I'm just working with this balancing now, supporting you energetically to disassociate any memories around freedom that are no longer serving you, that have an active emotional charge, but that really just weighing you down now. So we're just encouraging this to be let go of. We're utilizing the blood to help purify out perhaps any stuck emotions via the circulatory system, molecules of emotions. And then we're balancing the left and right hemisphere of the brain around the consciousness of being free and being contained, really helping this to come into better alignment for everybody. And then connecting into the circulatory system around sensuality. A couple more nice deep breaths. Really feeling yourself present in your heart's energy field, in your body. Noticing any shifts that are happening in your energy as we're working. So that part is complete. The next thing that is coming in is we're working with Venus, the planet Venus, which is very much representational of love, and has a very strong connection with our heart chakra. So we're working with not only the planet Venus, and we'll probably be downloading some frequencies from Venus to really support this influx of love, but also we're working with this archetype within ourselves, working with balancing the Venus energy in the body mind, particularly around relationships, teamwork, and grace. These are the aspects that are coming in. We're going to then connect that into the heart chakra. So again, I invite you to place hands over the heart. We might be receiving a big download from Venus. And this is going to support us to feel more joy, and also balance the relationship between giving and receiving, because we need both. Often we feel it's better to give, but actually we need to really be able to receive as well. And this is part of a healthy relationship, teamwork, and this grace, that kind of flow of grace by really being balanced in our heart's energy field. So just placing the hands over the heart again, taking some nice deep breaths. I'm just supporting you to balance these energies, connecting in with Venus, particularly around relationship, teamwork, and grace. And really feeling how that energy feels in your body mind, because there's a potential at this time of the Lionsgate portal to really download these frequencies, because sometimes we don't necessarily have those role models in our life to know what these kind of vibrations feel like. But there's an invitation to really download this from Venus and really embody this archetype of right relationship, teamwork, and grace. Connecting into the joy of the heart, balancing, giving, and receiving. So that is the completion of the healing session this evening. You're welcome to listen to it more than once. Please do also listen to my other chakra healing sessions. And if you are needing some more support around the current energies that we're going through at this time, then please do reach out and either join me in one of my groups or a private healing session. My name's Sarah Chave. Thank you for listening today. Many blessings.